Oh,
where your plaques at, dog?
The game is over.
Now take that and quick and back to the store. We don't wanna hear that weak shit no more. Do anybody else make hits anymore? Guess not.
Keep the receipt, motherfuckers. Now y'all gonna stop talking that shit that you're talking.
Yo, here we are with another review. It's time we doing an actual mixtape review. I'm here with my boy Antoine.
Big Twan, Twan is what I do.
Son,
I review music.
reviewing recent hits that hit the shelves.
This shit is off the hook. You know what we do, yeah.
This is Phenom Black. You can catch me on Twitter at PHENOMBLAK, no C please. You can catch the reviews at where'smy40acres.com in the album review section. You can hit us up on YouTube at my YouTube page, Phenom Black, same as the Twitter name. You can hit us up on Facebook. If you love us, like us. Hey, you can send us requests for reviews or whatever, either through Twitter or through our email at where'smy40acres@gmail.com. So let's get into it.
Mood Muzik.
Yes.
Forward.
Yeah, here we are, the fourth installment from Mr. Joe Budden, Mr. Mouse Budden, Mr. Causing Trouble on the Internet Budden.
You trying to hear some crack or what? I'm about to change the game, son, bringing everybody back. Yellow sneakers, Def Jam, Reebok, everybody. All right, you want to hear it? Here it goes.
Praying to a higher power, hoping I should fall, but even my writer's block ends in a firewall. Everybody acts reckless, judging by their past efforts. If they ran shit, why it won't show up on their track records? How could the critics ever hear me and say I'm a sufferer? How when they play with words and I make them play with each other?
And
He wouldn't get Joe Budden if he didn't cause a little bit of trouble.
listen, man, how could you not like Joe Budden's? No, you know what I'm saying? Like, Joe Budden's just be dropping ill-ass lyrics, ill-ass songs, and then causing controversy. You know what I'm saying? He don't even be picking on rappers. He just be doing him, son. That's all he's doing. He's just doing him. And everybody just don't get him.
Yeah, I mean that's what he always been doing, man. And you know, me as a fan of his first, you know, I was a fan of his first, you know, joint, his first CD that he put out. So I've always been a Joe Budden fan. So
Yep.
and for those ain't familiar with the Mood Muzik series, which I don't know how at this
I
time
feel for
could
you.
not be, you know, at least knowing what it's about. I mean, it's a little bit more, maybe a little bit more like serious aspect from Joe Budden's that people who ain't familiar, they're only familiar with his like online persona. That's all
Right.
they think he's a big, you know, jokey kind of dude, but he gets deep on his stuff.
Everybody thinks Joe is a jackass because of what he says, you know what I'm saying? But let's be real, man. Joe's probably one of the realest rappers in the game left. Like, he holds nothing back when it comes to telling stories, or it comes to getting deep with shit, or it just comes to being lyrical, man, and taking you to a whole different level. Like, you space out listening to his shit and what he's talking about. And that's Joe Budden's, man. So that's every Mood Muzik in the series, starting with 2 for real. I mean, 1 was more like a mixtape, but 2 is where it really kicked in. Like, that's when everybody was noticing, yo, Joe's killing it right now.
Yeah, so man, I know one of my standout tracks has to be the collabo track with, you know,
Crooked
him.
Eye.
No, not the one with Crooked Eye. I do love the one with Crooked Eye, with him and one with Fabulous and Lloyd Banks.
Oh, was that Remember the Titans? That's
Yes.
crazy. Remember the Titans is ridiculous. Like, it's one of those songs where each verse is better than the last verse, and the last verse is just a ridiculous verse. So
Yeah, everybody spit on that jump.
yeah, I call Remember the Titans Remember Lloyd Banks, because he just kind of makes his return on that shit with his new. He kind of switched up the way he delivers, but it's still Banks, man. But you can tell he's kind of matured with his flow. Fabulous definitely holds it down. Of course, Buttons holds it down. That's a must. And Royce just kills it, man. Like, that shit is slaughter with Royce, dog.
I was happy to see Lloyd come out like that, because I ain't gonna lie, I slept on Lloyd a lot, you know, since his last stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, since some of his CDs and stuff. But when that verse on there, I was like, yo, that's the Lloyd
That everybody
I
wants.
remember. That's
For
the
sure.
Lloyd that I like. That's that.
That's the best of Banks Lloyd. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That's who that is. That's who that is. That's the best of Banks Lloyd right there. So, shoot, man, he had a couple of tracks. Like, this is one of those tapes that was all over the place. But most of it is really personal. I think one of my favorite songs up here is Role Reversal.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that was probably the deepest song on that whole joint.
Of course, Role Reversal was some real shit, and you never hear a song from that aspect, man. Like, you know what? I rarely hear a song. You rarely hear a song from the perspective of, like, you always hear songs about people's fathers leaving them, but you never hear a song from the perspective of a father leaving their child. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to do this is the move I had to make. Well, what Joe did here was he kicks a song from the perspective of somebody who's taking on the father role for somebody who's basically fatherless. And it's weird because Joe is kind of also that, I guess, deadbeat dad in a sense to his own kid with I guess a previous ex, you know. So
yeah, because he talks about how it's weird for him because he has his son and he can't, and there's some things because of the situation with his ex that he can't do with his son, and he talks about feeling guilty that he can't do that stuff with his son, but is doing it with him. And it's like, man, you got the chance that you can do this stuff with your son if you want to, and you're not. And I'm taking on that jump.
Right.
And I like my favorite junk is up there is like, even though he like, I don't like you, I will not talk ill to you. I will not talk ill about you to your son.
Right.
And that's just some, that's some stuff that in hip hop, man, you don't hear a lot of real stuff like that. Somebody talking about some real issues, coming real personal with it. People always talking about, I bang my guns and all that stuff, but this dude talking about an issue that's close to him and that's deep, and you get all that emotion on it and you feel that and you like, yo, that's some real stuff. I remember I played it for my girl. My girl ain't a big Joe Budden fan.
Mm-hmm.
I played it for my girl. We were just in the car, she's in the car. I remember like later the next day I look on iTunes, she had downloaded the track.
When you get songs like this, and also 1,000 Faces is an ill-ass track. Like, I love that whole rock feel going on behind that. The emotion that he puts into that, it goes right with the beat in the background, man. That rock sample is off the chain. I was really feeling that track.
Yeah, man. If you a person who always complaining like there ain't no realness in music no more and all that stuff, go listen to the Mood Muzik. Go listen to Mood Muzik 4 and just listen to the whole series. Yeah. And you would hear a guy coming from some real stuff, putting his stuff out there, not afraid to expose himself up there and just be like, look, I'm a dude, this is me. And this is some of the stuff I go through. And it would be funny how much you can relate to that stuff. But just some dope, and it's free. I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Can we talk about something that Joe Budden's never slacks on any Mood Muzik or even album? Skits. The skits on Mood Muzik are, man, them shits is hilarious. That shoe skit.
Are you in those shoes yet? I make rappers cry. Onions. You can't walk in my shoes. Bunions. My yellow sneakers got pumps in them.
I listen to that shit all the time. All the time.
And it's perfect because it breaks up the monotony of the CD, just so you don't get too, like you got some serious tracks, but look, I'm gonna make you laugh right here. And you be like, for real. And like the shoe skit is hilarious. I think that's the best skit up there.
Oh yeah, it's only two.
My favorite.
But
that was my favorite junk. Cause that junk comes right before Remember the Titans, don't it?
I think so. Man, be wilding on the phone. I bet y'all be killing me every time. He be serious as fuck. But he's been like that. Killer BH. That nigga's been like that on every mixtape. Killer BH is always saying some ridiculous shit. Man, let's talk about something that was less about the beat and really more about the feeling. Black Cloud. Black Cloud was just
Black Cloud was
dark,
all
man.
feeling.
Yeah, man. It's all buttons. It's just all words, man. It's all him expressing himself over a beat that just really doesn't even seem to be there for real. But it is so. If there's a black cloud in the sky, like a rainy day that's just dark, this song is it.
Yeah.
It's him reaching out, man. It's his personal joke.
Yeah, just putting some stuff, man. You ain't gonna get rappers. You ain't gonna get too many rappers that put a vulnerable side of themselves out there.
There's soft and then there's real. Like when I think soft, I'm thinking Drake, Cudi. When I'm thinking real, I'm thinking Joe. Like niggas might hear something like this, expressing feelings like any other human being. He goes through the trials and tribulations of life just like the rest of us.
He expressing feelings like any other grown man out here.
I'm stuck in the moment. When he does tracks like that, I like the chorus of Stuck in the Moment too. Like real smooth jam, yo. And he's just talking about it. I like the one where he's talking about Inseparable, showing how he's just connecting with different people and how you can lose a person and get lost from losing a person like that.
Yeah.
Yo, I always connect with shit like that.
The joint that he told the story on, he telling the story about the kid that got adopted, but he told, he was just telling that story, and me, from working with the kids I work with, man, that junk was just a deep song. He told that song from just different, perspectives, and just told them on some real stuff. You might be, this is what you're going through. I'm gonna tell your story. And Joe, over all his Mood Muzik joints, he can tell somebody else's story very well. He might not go through it, but he would tell a story through somebody else's eyes, and you feel like you're that person. You feel
is
like
that Welcome to Real Life? Is that Welcome to Real Life?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yo, Crooked Eye's verse on Sober Up. I need a Crooked Eye album, like some real shit. Cause Crooked Eye sound like he might make niggas cry with some of the stories he be telling. Them shits be fucked up. But that just lets you know that man has been through some shit. Like I said, we had the chance to sit down and actually kick it with Crooked. And he's just a real nigga, and when he spits like this, even Joe has admitted that Joe was saying that Crooked Eye got stories that's just off the chain compared to what Joe got. So, and everybody from Slaughterhouse is on the mixtape too, man. I don't know, man, like on a scale of 1 to 10, 5-point scale, what would you give Mood Muzik, man?
A scale of 1 to 10, a 5-point scale?
5-point scale.
Mood Muzik. I mean, it was solid. I'm gonna give it between an 8.5 range.
Yeah, I give it an 8.5 because I give Mood Muzik 2, which is my favorite, a 9. Like I said, I never give a perfect score, so I definitely give that one a 9. And this isn't better than Mood Muzik. This is more on the level of Mood Muzik 3, but I think 3 probably had a couple more stories. But this is it's just different buttons, man. And he's never slacking, so this is just another good addition to the series. Hey, I was down with it, so. Keep doing your thing, bud. It's just crazy, man. Download it. It's free. Can't bitch about free shit.
You can't. I mean, when it's given to you, when good music is given to you, you have no right to complain.
Just accept it.
Yeah, it's good music, raw hip hop. Feel that in your chest.
Where you at? The whole city behind us.